Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Katie Stout. I am a writer and an artist, and I do have another channel that talks about my writing and my art a little bit more. This is just my vlog channel, and sometimes I have my cat do a little bit of video clips because I know a lot of viewers here do enjoy watching him, and I also like to just talk about other things besides writing and art. As a lot of you know, I was born with cerebral palsy, and it has affected my legs, and I will be talking more about that in the future, just to explain what it is and for people to understand how it affects your life, your personal life, your physical life, and so on. And I also live with an anxiety disorder, which is something I would also like to talk about, especially on this video clip today. I thought it would be nice for me to share with you the symptoms that I go through while when I get these anxiety attacks or panic attacks. I think I was born with it, and throughout life I go through different levels of these anxiety sagas, or whatever you would like to call them. I noticed I started getting them when I was in elementary school. Every time I would go into the gym during lunchtime, being around several kids from first grade to sixth grade, it was really hard on myself, especially my body. Every time I would just walk through there, I felt like I was gonna pass out or just feel nauseated. I felt really dizzy and passing out. And then I realized I have a phobia being around a lot of people. I don't like to be in big rooms or rooms with tons of people. I get kind of panicky. And things were doing okay from that time till about 2005, and then my anxiety got really bad, and a lot of crazy things were happening to me. I got out of an abusive relationship, and I was still kind of mending from that. And then on top of that, I lost my job that I was working at for 10 years, and that was really hard because I felt kind of lost after that, because with me working there for 10 years, that was a long time. And then shortly after that, my dad passed away. He had COPD, and it was really bad for him, and he passed away the beginning of the summer of 2005. And my anxiety was just really terrible. That was like the worst year in my life. When it was really bad, I was driving through town, and I noticed I was losing control of controlling the steering wheel. I didn't know what to do, so I parked my car in a public parking lot just to be safe for me and other people. And with my cell phone, I went in and called my mom, freaking out, crying, hyperventilating. I couldn't stop hyperventilating, and she finally came and picked me up, and I still could not stop hyperventilating. And it was so hard for me to even walk or even drive. Every time I would get into a car, I just felt so lightheaded. And I didn't drive for a few months, I think it was. I did go see a couple of doctors about my anxiety disorder, and they did give me prescriptions, and it did help. I was able to get back into my car and drive again. I not one of these people that don't mind being a hermit. I do mind being a hermit, but I'm okay about being a homebody. I can be a homebody, but just not a hermit. So I really wanted to get something done to help me not just bury myself in my house. Even though I'm able to get into my car and drive fine, I still get panicky every time I walk into a public building. I feel like I can't breathe, and it just feels like when you hold your breath for a long, long time and you can't feel like you can't breathe. That's how it feels like every time I go in. But I do the best that I can, and I still am taking medications for it. I also want to share with you some of the other symptoms I was going through while I was going, the bad symptoms I was going through when I was having that really bad anxiety during 2005. My mouth was completely dry, which made my lips completely dry, and it was really cracking between the two sides of my mouth. I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe they were cold sores or just, I don't know. So I did use some cold sore medicine, and that didn't help. And I didn't know what it was until the medication started kicking in, and then my mouth was not so dry anymore, and my lips were doing better. So that by then I knew that had to be a symptom. And another symptom I was going through during that year, and still it happens every once in a while, I will hear like a screaming going through my head just constantly. And sometimes it makes me want to scream too. But I try my best to control that. But that's another symptom I was going through. And like I said earlier, I was born with cerebral palsy, and it has affected my legs. And when I go through really bad anxiety, I lose control of my legs, and they get very shaky. And I'm like working on stilts. I'm constantly walking on stilts, and it's not fun, and it's really hard to control my legs. And that is another one that's a struggle for me. And I think that is all the bad symptoms I can think of while I am going through anxiety. And I just wanted to share this with you so you can get an idea of some of the symptoms that people go through when they are going through panic attacks or anxiety. And if you have watched this video all the way through, I want to thank you for watching, and I will probably be talking more about my anxiety and panic attacks in the future. So please subscribe, and I would love to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.